First off, just a really good job by our pitchers all weekend. For the most part, all three games, they gave us an opportunity to win. And even in the first game today, Peyton Paulette pitched really well, 5+. And, you take away maybe one walk, two walks, I think that the outcome might have been a little bit different. They put together the big inning and, we brought Monk back in and he walked a batter on 4 pitches and, we were in trouble a little bit. And game 2, just another great job on the mound. Patrick Wicklander, he goes 7 full innings, doesn't walk a batter, strikes out 5, and just pitched ahead in the count all night and gave us a chance to kind of chip away and beat a good team and a good pitcher in the most important game of the series. It was a long day. We had a 2-hour break between games. Our team, we didn't have anywhere to go. We just sat in the dugout and in the bullpen, and South Carolina, they disappeared. And we just toughed it out. I'm just proud of them.
Bob?
Dave, did you have some Snickers and apples between games, or what?
Yeah, exactly what I had. 2 Snickers, and we had bananas. We had some other things weren't very healthy, but it worked.
And then Cops, he was probably even better tonight. I know he didn't pitch one less inning, but he faced 15 guys on the weekend, retired them all, 12 Ks. What would you say about his performance for the weekend and especially tonight?
Yeah. Well, for the whole weekend, it was amazing. But tonight's, we had a 4-run lead when we brought him in the 8th. And I even said something to Coach Hobbs that maybe we ought to just go. We got somebody out there and give us 3 outs, and then we'll bring Kevin in the 9th. And Coach Hobbs just looked at me and said, "Kevin's fine." I said, "Okay." And good call. So by Coach Hobbs. And, he did a great job. He just filling up the zone, getting ahead of hitters, and threw a little bit of everything at him. It's not easy to do. And some days he makes it look easy, and it's not.
Hey, thanks, Dave. I got a couple more, but I'll turn it back.
Yeah, Dave, I think you said last week that it was the best Wicklander's thrown all year. Did he build off of that performance today, and what specifically was working for him?
2 great outings in a row, really maybe 3 good outings in a row. And what was working for him is that he just threw everything for a strike. And he didn't throw a lot of changeups, threw a lot of fastballs, worked them in and out, got ahead in the count. Then he would elevate some pitches, 1-2, 0-2, and he got a few strikeouts there, got some fly balls, got some first pitch outs, and it allowed him to stay in the game because he kept his pitch count down. And I thought Casey called a great game. We didn't mess with Casey too much. Him and Pat were working great together, and we let him roll.
And what did you see on the home run he gave up to Allen? It came on a 1-2 pitch. So I guess, was that just a mistake, or?
Well, that was a great at bat by Allen. He fouls off, I don't know how many pitches, 0-2. We finally throw one low, makes it 1-2. The pitch was a slider, and it was down and in, and he just got the barrel head to it, and it jumped. It was a no doubter, and just a really good at bat.
Tom?
Dave, I'm wondering what this says about your team, that you had to kind of shuffle your pitching rotation. You shuffled your batting order quite a bit too, that you just keep winning even road series.
Yeah, I just think they like to play. They like to win. They fight to win, even when it's not pretty sometimes. They don't care where I put them in the batting order. And the pitchers, I think they felt like they had something to prove because they haven't. I don't know. Maybe they're not getting the respect that they've earned so far this year. They came down here and they pitched really well.
And then 2 scoring situations. You got the 7, 8, 9 hitters delivered for you in the 3rd, and then Wallace's home run. If you could speak to those a little bit. Yeah,
the 3rd inning of the 2nd game was huge for us. I think we got 4 hits that inning. I think we had 3 in a row. We didn't get a lot of hits after that. We had to scratch and fight for those last 3 runs. There was off maybe 1 hit, fielder's choice. We just some walks mixed in there, and they've got a really good bullpen. They brought a couple of really good arms out of the pen tonight, and they held us down a little bit. But yeah, it was tough trying to score runs. When Wallace hit that ball, I felt like it was going out off the bat. That was a huge swing for us to give us a 4-1 lead at the time, because we were just up 1 before that swing, and that's when you could start thinking a little bit more about, how many more outs do we need before we can go to Kevin.
Thanks.
Nate?
Yeah, Dave, just one, did you ever decide to get another game Tuesday, and just how good is it going to be to have a completely rested pitching staff next weekend?
Well, we're going to need it against LSU because they can swing the bats and they're tough at home. Yeah, we haven't found anybody that has volunteered to come over and play us. We're not going to travel, especially after this trip, to go play a game. So if we don't get a game, we'll just, obviously I'll give them tomorrow off and Sunday, and we'll work out light, probably more weights and a few things, heal up, and then get after it on Tuesday, Wednesday with a couple of practices, and then head down to Baton Rouge. That'll probably be the plan.
Thanks.
Matt?
Hey, what has Wicklander done to lower the amount of walks that he's given up this year?
I just think he's just repeating his delivery. I mean, his mechanics just seemed really good, and he's in control of his body, throwing strikes. And I guess mechanics and having a good delivery, that's the key to repeating everything and throwing the ball over that plate. And that's what he's been doing. Randy?
Dave, I don't know what the record is for swings and misses, but Wick had maybe as many as I've ever seen swings and misses. What was making the difference tonight for those batters to swing and miss so many different pitches?
His fastball was running a lot, and it was sinking as well. And then he would elevate it, and they were swinging. They swing, and they swing hard. They don't get cheated. And I don't know, a lot of movement. We're off to the side, so we can really only see up and down for the most part. But it had to be movement for them to swing and miss at any time.
And then put in perspective what it means to win every series so far this year.
Well, it's really hard to do. You usually stub your toe, even if you're a really good team. You got great pitching. We have good pitching. We have good bullpen. We have pretty solid lineup that'll fight you. But to win every series, it's an accomplishment for sure. We don't talk about it too much. We talked after today's first game and just said, hey, we want to win this series. This is a big game right here, and we need to out tough them. So, that was really all that I've mentioned about winning series in the last few weeks. This was a big game, and we needed to win this series. And, the way it was set up for us to just hang out and do nothing for an hour until we started stretching and working out again. And then it became a toughness thing and a mental thing, and the guys really did a nice job of stepping up.
Bob, we'll come back around to you.
Yeah, Dave, I think this is the first home series South Carolina's lost. They were 16-2. So you guys beat them this last 2 days as many times as they lost all year at home. What do you think about that?
Yeah, we knew that they were really good at home. We knew their record here was 16-2. And, it is sometimes teams are, most of the time teams are a lot better at home. Very, very seldom does a team play better on the road than at home. And usually that doesn't last very long. Usually when you know your own ballpark and surface and the wind and your fans are helping you, you're going to win at home. So another good road series win. And again, I don't think our guys get too wound up about everything and where we're at. They just play.
And then you guys hit a bunch more home runs again. You just keep hitting home runs. No matter who you're playing, they obviously have really good pitchers, hard throwers. What do you think about that? Yeah, I think we hit 3 today and maybe 3 yesterday. Is that probably right? Maybe 6 on the weekend. And, it's a good hitter's park for the most part. But I don't know. I mean, we do hit home runs, and it's a big part of our offense. And it's nice when you hit home runs when there's somebody on base. And that's what Wallace did today that really helped us. Thanks.
Butch, anything else?
Yeah, we didn't see Connor today. Was it just a matter of not having an opportunity to get him in there?
Yeah, I think just he hadn't pitched in a while. He was ready to go, and we were ready to use him. Really, just Wicklander gave us more innings than we thought. We were hoping we'd get 7-6 out of him anyway. And when he got a 7 and left us with 6 outs to go, we said, let's just go with Kevin. And Connor's time's coming. We'll throw him against some hitters this week. And then he'll be ready for next weekend if we need him.
And then with Vermillion coming back, was he just a little rusty today, or what did you make of his outing?
Yeah, I felt like he was a little rusty. Some of the stuff was pretty good. He just wasn't commanding it like normal, but I'd say he was a little bit rusty.
Tom, last thing from you.
Yeah, I just wanted to follow up on what Nate was asking. Can you envision Wicklander going back to Friday and then Paulette on Saturday next week? And then
Yeah, I mean, it's when you look at it, it's Friday, so we'd have a full week of rest and get back on track. And that's what I would anticipate unless something happens in the next few days. But I would think that's what we would do.
Matt, we've got a flight to catch. Last one from you.
Yeah, it's not very often you get a weekend off like this during the middle of the season. What are the plans for this weekend, and how does the rest maybe help your team?
Well, I'm gonna mow some of my one of my. That's what I'm gonna do. As far as the guys, I imagine they're gonna enjoy every minute of this, and we won't get back till probably, I don't know, 2 a.m. Hopefully they'll get some rest, and hey, maybe I'll go watch softball game tomorrow. I don't know, but it's interesting. You get a chance to catch up on whatever you need to catch up on. Probably watch some ball games and take care of some business. I think that's what the players will do. We're not going to have anything mandatory the next couple of days. I'm sure some guys will want to hit on Sunday because that's what our hitters want to do, and there'll be some optional times there. We'll open some things up for them, but we won't do anything until Monday officially.
And then you mentioned after the Ole Miss series that your starters have got to give you more innings, and they've gone longer the last 2 weekends. How much better do you feel about at least what Paulette and Wicklander have given you over the last couple of weeks?
Well, I feel a lot better about it. I know our whole team feels good about it. And I commented to the pitching staff right after the game that, we won 2 out of 3 because they gave us the opportunity to do that. And, they came here, like I said, they had a little bit of an edge coming down here, and they did a nice job.
All right. Thanks for your time, Coach. Pretty good.